All right, good day, everyone. This will be the second game of the day or week 2 of Hydro League. I'm your caster, Benny Allen. This is my co-caster. What we do actually say that, but well, I'll say it again.
Yeah, I'm Misfit Minus.
uh, what we do? We're talking about V3 versus or Obtain Esports versus V3 Esports. These are the map bans. Obtain Esports banned out Villa Cafe and Coastline. Apps also gonna be Clubhouse with them on defense and offense. So speaking on these bans, I guess Obtain Esports didn't really want to play some of these more freer maps as you.
Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, you overall, I think you naturally almost see every larger map go away with just bank, border, and console too. So really just trying to avoid these roam heavy maps here. I think just going down a clubhouse one that is also slightly roam heavy, but it's just a more
It's very linear.
standard map. It's been the rotation for a while. Yeah, it is very direct strats, not much variation. So maybe that's the one both of them felt comfortable on, and it's where.
True, very much so. Like it just seems like Clubhouse is the one that people pick these days because it's one of the. It's just like Oregon, a map that everyone knows at this point because it's been around for a while. Of course, Border and Bank are like that, but Border and Bank are also quite a bit bigger, quite a lot more lane.
They are, and then you can, especially with Clubhouse, though, I feel like you can ban specific operators that are decent for the whole map. There are some like, say, you ban Mira, like we saw yesterday in another league on Coastline. That's specifically mainly for that penthouse strat, right? But then
Very true.
with Clubhouse, you can ban a few operators, and it knocks out a lot of sites and becomes very, very effective for the whole entire.
Yep. Banning out those heart breach is definitely a big thing too, because again, ban tricking is a very big thing when it comes to holding some of these sites. And on top of that, heart breaching or the hatches are a very big one too for like downstairs. Banning out one of the heart breaches would be Hibana, Maverick, Thermite could be a very big thing of a clubhouse and change the game quite a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to honestly see a Maverick or a Thatcher ban come out from Tant. The
Oh,
Thatcher
Thatcher
ban's
ban has been
becoming more and more popular, yeah, recently, especially in Pro League. So would not be surprised to see that come out here and curious to see.
so we're getting players. We're getting the players in right now, and we're trying to get these guys in. Trying to find our players. I was waiting for one of the last players of one of the teams. Sorry for the delay, guys. We'll be good in a second, but same point. Clubhouse, though, if you saw earlier, was the map for last game. Last game wasn't exactly a great game. Here we go. Looks like I got a in here. Let's get an R from the IGOs.
And we'll be ready to roll into this game on Clubhouse with Obtained Esports defending first and V3 Esports.
Yep. So yeah, Obtain Esports on defense and V3 on attack. Let's see what they ban out. Let's see maybe if they ban out a Thatcher ban, as that's been quite a big thing.
You're coming in on the very first attacker ban.
This will
A
definitely
little
see
bit of
this
lag on
definitely,
the ban there.
yeah, it's a little bit.
Not lag is into they're taking a while to decide the ban. There's a Thatcher. So the Thatcher is coming out. We guessed ban.
If it's Maverick next, it'll make
It
the
won't be them
attacking
because V3
very
it'll be a hard
painful.
breach. It's gonna be a hard
No,
breach.
it's gonna be
Oh
very
wow,
painful.
roam clear.
Gonna be that roam clear. And even though roaming is very linear in this map and not hard to predict in a sense, they're still gonna ban out Jackal.
And then the Mira, very standard ban. And then I wouldn't honestly be surprised to. Well, this is going to be the defensive team banning here, so probably one they're not comfortable with. Could be a clash. It could be a cav if they're trying to fill first key, an Echo Maestro, something along those
It's
lines.
gonna be
But I
Echo.
doubt they're going to ban out a bandit. I doubt they're going to ban the bandit since they're.
I bet it's freaking Echo. But no, it's Maestro actually. Maestro being banned out. And they're gonna leave Echo on the board actually. It's probably one of the few games I've seen in the last week or so where Echo is actually playable.
Yeah, oddly enough, yeah. So choosing, I guess, their support player more comfortable on Echo than Maestro, but we are going to see an Echo play. So you have a potential for a lot of information here that's movable as well. So you'll have those that are movable. The stationary Vault cams, the potential to see what else. We're going to start
But
down in
Mozzie
base.
comes out. Maybe a Mozzie come out. A Mozzie would be
Could come
interesting to
out.
see from the team.
It's not. They are going to play the Echo though, so they're going to take advantage of the unbanned Echo and then run the pretty standard lineup here for a downstairs site. Besides, I don't see Castle too often downstairs on this site. So, but 6 picked off to Jaegers.
Surprised they're not bringing double heart breach for this site, and also they're not bringing IQ either, knowing that Echo's on the board. They're gonna bring a blitz though. We'll see if that helps them out in the end.
They are dropping off the double shield and coming with the cap towel, which can also prove useful to cut off several rotations on this side, especially when you try to push in to open up whether you're going to go for a church wall or an alternate push.
At this point too, as well, like it's surprising they banned the Maestro rather than the Echo, seeing as Maestro was a lot easier to deal with when it comes to. Well, Thatcher was banned out too, so maybe that's why Thatcher being one of the weak points for Maestro's Evil Eyes at the moment.
Yeah, it is, and so they're gonna go ahead and get rid of it on that end too, and that could be the option too. And of course, the thing is, the attacking team does have an IQ, so if they decide that the Echoes are becoming significantly too difficult to deal with, they can always bring in an IQ.
They could later on. I would assume they would have thought they'd bring IQ for the Echo, but they're not going to. And it does, I wonder if Obtain Esports is going to be in the roam game, or if they're going to have all players stay on site. But as I say that, Dean will walk off.
And it is coming all the way to the very top floor, so don't know if they have anything on the first floor. Axis.
Looks like the Jaeger's going to join him at least, though, so at least he has some kind of support.
Yeah, so Axis going all the way upstairs as well. So middle floor completely open, but it's kind of a obtained sandwich here with the basement and the top floor being. But they're actually splitting off here. They're not super close. The Blitz is going to take some hits from Axis in garage as Blitz tries to enter in. Behind.
And the Jaeger takes some shots there, and he could be flanked out by somebody else coming through a different way. It might be, but no, Weedy's actually going to go down, trying to peek that doorway.
So that is the only hard breach. If Rumiros just talking about that, the Layman's trying to get in, and so is Yosh pushing up. But I don't know if Yosh realizes there's the Legion behind.
Oh, and there's Dean would take out Nike though. Great shots from Dean. But here comes the Ash.
Can't quite get the kill. It's almost going to be a trade, but to neither, and the Echo drawing a perfect place upstairs. Brilliant play. Kent is going to take out Axis though, as Blitz finally gets his revenge, leaving Legion alone and unafraid upstairs as Yosh tries to get this fight.
Yosh has been disoriented quite a bit by the Ash, but by the drone. But the Yokai has been. Kento will actually take him out anyway at that point. So there goes the roam game. A minute and a half.
Double kill by the Blitz.
Blitz is gonna finish it out, and it's a double. It's a minute and a half gone by the roamers, and a lot of damage done. So it's not exactly a waste for those roamers.
So yeah, absolutely. If you look at the health count right now, you're looking at 160 health versus 300. So really, the defenders are in a better place, especially if you look at it completely health-wise. But they just have to win the gun.
There's still technically 4 guns against 3, so it could go either way with the Blitz still alive as well. And I think Yokai may have both. Nope, one's been destroyed, so he only has one left actually. He tried to bring back that one from upstairs and it worked last second.
Kate is playing an open rotation. They're gonna go ahead and get the bar hatch though. That's Weedy opening it up with his breach charge exothermic, and Yosh playing in kitchen, trying to get angles through the floor. Seeing one player, I think it's the smoke here, still full health. Shots not able to connect.
Though, yeah, it looks like it bounced off all of the angles, but no, here it goes. Might be able to get some shots, but unable to really hit the smoke at all.
So holding the angles, we're at 29 seconds left. We have to realize that you still have an Yokai drawn up downstairs. Not sure if he has his second, and
the second
he knows where all 3. Okay, so still Yokai drawn up. They know where all 3 players are right now, and this is really a defensive game. Start prepping and throwing the smokes out right now. They haven't. The toxic canisters.
And Kai with that newly C4, but no, one for Cabby, or one for the Lehman onto Cabby. Riley and Packers get one of their own as well, so now it's down to a 2v2 with Kenta and Yosh still at low health. And no, Riley would take out Yosh, and Ken would try to go for a plant, but nope. Kenta will get taken out as well, and good round for Obtain Esports.
Yeah, the closeout by Package coming on the Ironside Echo.
What if that's because
don't see that very often.
I wonder if that's because of the glitch. You hear the glitcher on Siege right now?
No.
If you play the new playlist, it will give you a glitch where it will wipe out certain operators.
Oh yeah, I have that one. Yeah, I have that one.
That's fine.
Right now.
That's great. So that might what happened to this guy.
Yeah, it could be. He saw the skin, but no sight. We'll see if it corrects. But either way, maybe he enjoys it. But good hold out there. It really, honestly, even though they only took out one player, I think it really comes down to what the room game did and how much health was taken off. Because if you notice, like Cade got some pistol shots there near the end that honestly, if they were body shots, I don't remember if they were headshots or not. That health damage made a big difference.
I think it was all body shots, but even then, like, yes, that roam game, on top of doing a lot of damage, they waste a lot of utility too. Ash used quite a few breach. I think he used one at least recharges. You had Blitz use quite a few of the flashes, and they really had to push for those defenders upstairs. So good roam game coming from Obtain Esports, and a change on the side of V3. They're gonna bring the line out.
They're going straight from a blitz to a Lions. I don't know what that tells you, but they're going to win the round and the match. They're swapping up information ops as well on the defense. So we're bringing out the Valkyrie with the black eye cams instead of the Echo here for this upstairs site, which is often picked as even the first site. You know, it's usually like shooter's preference there between basement or upstairs, but Cash CC will be the second played.
And very much true here, and they're definitely, as I said before, matches you need to hold that CCTV wall and hold garage. They are bringing the Kaid though, so Kaid tricking isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. It's somewhat possible, but they are bringing the Capital though too as well to try and stop that.
Yeah, especially with both the Capital. I mean, the Thatcher's banned, so there's not going to be a significant trick. And honestly, surprised to not see the Maverick come out. You just really have the Twitch drone. That's all you're anchoring on, getting that open, unless you're trying to play it from underneath. But they might not be going for that wall at all.
Fire comes out through the smallest slit of the garage door onto the garage balcony, but not onto anybody. They'll be on that side of the garage balcony, so will not do any damage.
And it's still full health with 55 seconds almost into the match here, and trying to start getting some foothold here potentially on the construction side of the map, but Yash is going to drop off and go back to first floor, trying to contest potentially with Axis.
At this point, they've had a minute gone by and they really haven't done much. They need to figure out what they're going to do to open up the wall, but it looks like they're not even going to try and open the wall. They're actually not going to try and open the wall even. Oh, now they are. See, now Weedy is going to go over to the wall and try to get it open.
The wall is still a Cade trick though, so the Twitch drone not quite able to do its job just yet. Kenta gonna fire, opening up the window straight into CC. They're gonna use their first line.
Both Kenta and Yosh are taking some damage trying to walk through here. Yosh runs through now and is trying to push that Jaeger of Access, and there some shots go down, but none connect.
Really great roam by Axis on this, especially we just have a minute left on the round. One of the defenders is rotating underneath. Package is gonna go onto Yosh from top of.
And the wall's gonna go over from CCTV, and that's a great first kill for Obtained Esports. As another one comes out, but it will be Kenta with a train onto Axis though, and there's your Jaeger on the roam.
Kenta's going to rotate back out and around, making the call. They do have the wall open, so trying to get control of the site in order to make the plant. Twitch trying to get a peek, as well as Weedy trying to cover from Cash. Can use the second lion call. One still playing red stairs though, that Kaid.
And still one has garage as well, and they don't really have a lot to really work with here. Having CCT wall open by itself is not a lot to work with for the attackers. And 30 seconds remaining.
They have control not of Cash stairs or garage, and you have to have control of probably at least two out of three of those. And yep, just like that, Dean's gonna take out Weedy.
There's a trade though, as Kenta will take out Cabby though, but Dean with 2 so far for the round, taking out both players who try to walk through, and doing for another one for Package, and he'll finish it out. Package getting 3 for the round.
Yeah, really great. That was a 3K for Package there, and a double kill for Dean as we came in. And honestly, like they focused too much, I think, on the wall, like we talked about. They were just taking too much time, not bringing enough to get rid of it very efficiently, and then they weren't able to spend that time getting control of at least Cash stairs or garage. You at least have to have control of garage if you're gonna go for that main wall plant.
Very true. Like, you have to have more than one angle for that site hold. They took a construction, but the problem is having construction, having CCTV wall will not really net you anything because you're technically attacking 2 different sites.
And
especially now they had construction. They still had garage too, so garage was able to watch CCTV wall, and someone on Cash stairs was able to watch people walking through construction at the Cash.
We're gonna go to gym bedroom for the third side of the rotation, opting to leave the not very often played site off of their site rotation. They're going to bring the castle, which is pretty common here. They're going to keep the Kaid for the main wall, and we're going to see an adaptation here from V3 as they're going to break out the Maverick in an effort to potentially open up that wall just a little bit quicker here. So a little bit more either rotation control or soft breach here. You have, the Zofia coming out and Nomad. Oh, and there it goes.
So we're gonna rehost real quick, guys. Isaiah looks like they had a drop, and again, I said the team calling for the rehost drops. God damn it, I hate you. I wish they would listen.
Everyone just taking off and
We'll be back in a quick second, everybody.
leaving
All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about the delay. We had some issues with just needed to rehost as someone dropped. So if you give, well, we'll put the policy out right now. Every team is allowed one rehost in the game. Has to be either, if it's during a round, it'll be for the next round coming up. If it's before prep phase, you can redo that whole entire round. If it's during prep phase, remember, if you're the team that's asking for a rehost, that team drops. I don't need all of you to freaking leave.
Yeah, and they are going to have to pick the same operators, but then, yep, so they're going to have to pick the same operators. I thought there was going to be a 6 pick there, but no, they're sticking to the same operators, and we're going to go into round number 3 on Jim. Just before we took off on the break, we were talking about the importance of the Maverick as an option to bring open for the tub wall, and then also that soft breach destruction, especially with that mute and the castle for this gym bedroom site. Trying to get a couple different strats in here, even though the castle is semi-standard for this site.
Yep. So big thing is that they're gonna put the castle up there, and they're gonna castle up the wall so they can at least stop them from shooting through gym, destroy either stop the Kaid or to destroy the Kaid on the wall. And it looks like they're also going to extend into cash. What's up?
Oh yeah, and quite often too. Like I'm kind of curious to see what they castle. You know, a lot of teams will take the options, right? They'll go for either both windows, and some of the options here typically are like both windows, logistics. You can go for the red stairs window. I like the B door, so the gym door. I'm a big fan of that one, but they're going to put the castles in a couple unique places, and I'm excited to see how they play them off. It looks like, I think they castled off, what is that, CC and cash?
They did, yeah. They are going to do for CC cash, but it looks like the Valkyrie pulled it down for the second to throw a cam out. But yeah, they're gonna hold cash as long as they can. Again, it looks like they're gonna try. Usually, people do is they open up the top of the walls and will impact trick, and they try to R breach it. But they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna looks like they're just going to stay inside of cash for the moment and allow them to hard breach the walls too.
Yeah, and Axis and D are both gonna play over there. So that's a Legion and a Val.
The big thing here is that they don't really need to destroy the Kaid, as the Maverick is there. If the Maverick does it correctly, he can just make the entire wall soft with the Maverick trick. The Maverick, both the top and the bottom of reinforcement, it becomes soft.
And you can tell how much time was spent practicing this depending on how quick this gets done. Typically, Pro League teams can have half the wall open by a minute 30 at almost the latest here. But we'll see how they do. And they're just going to hot drop logistics. Weedy dropping right in with the Nomad, trying to peek down towards the wall, but not finding anyone.
Yeah, it looks like just as clear. So Weenie has no problems walking in, but they just start firing through construction, and it gives them away at this point, though.
So yeah, I think that was almost. I mean, they might have pushed the drop a little bit far, but I think Weedy had a little bit more time there before we had to start just killing everything. But
a package taking out Lehman, though. It looks like that might have been underneath the wall. Yes, so the Maverick tried the bomb on the wall, and Lehman on that Kaid will take out one, though. But no, Kenta with his retreat onto Axis, though.
And Dean trying to peek out the construction window, but not quite getting anything. We still hang out logistics now with a partner, and it is now 4-2-4 though, so still holding, but they are going to open both walls now. Thermite is in logistics, trying to get logistics open, and has it open.
So Yost takes some damage as well from the gym window. Looks like somebody peeked it from there. Maybe been the mute of Riley over here.
Yeah, Riley playing pretty wide open, honestly, in construction, trying to get the peaks here, but you do have 4 full health defenders, and they're going to take out the Valkyrie cam that is in bedrooms. That's going to be some information lost that Axis is probably trying to watch on that, but they're still kind of stalled out here. They're not really making a push from logistics. They're just kind of holed up here, not really sure what to do, and this might bite him in the butt with just 30 seconds left.
Yep, Kenta is still trying to fight with Dean here inside of Cash, and not really going out from. They're really trying to stall with 27 seconds left. Really not a lot is going on.
Look like they did drone out red stairs, so...
But no, Kenta can finally take out Riley, though. Looks like he was in construction or he was inside of bedroom. But no, Dean with a far angle. Great shot.
And with 10 seconds left, they're going to start making a push. They're going to have to. Cavi's going to take out Weedy, and so it is now a 3v2, but very quickly trying to trade into bathroom. Not quite getting anything with just 2 seconds left. The push is going to try to come out, but to no avail, as Nike's going to take out Dean, but it doesn't matter as the round is over due to time, and Obtain takes round number 3 for a 3.
V3 so far, just having a hard time getting this. Again, the Thatcher ban, a very big impact on attacking teams, unable to really get into I don't do a heart breach in an efficient way.
Yeah, and honestly, the Maverick is something that can be super, super efficient, but it takes a lot of practice to do it well, and it just doesn't look like the practice put in. Whether that was just like a last minute switch and you hadn't practiced up on that or trained, but that really does even take some individual time just getting out there and trying it over and over and over again, whether it's on your own or in a casual or anything, just to try to get that practice, just
Very
opening up
true.
the wall.
It looks like here they're gonna bring two heart breach this time. They're gonna bring Hibana and Thermite rather than Maverick and Thermite. And this is gonna be downstairs in Church and Arsenal. So having twos actually makes sense for Hatchers and for the wall and Church. But they're bringing the Kaid again, so this may be easy for them to stop if play correctly.
Yeah, it definitely depends on what Riley has. I'm not sure what the loadout that Riley has is there, but it could also bring the impact. So he could be, a super hatch denial here. And they're going to bring the sledge out too, which is new for V3. So trying to get a little bit more there, that soft destruction top down from kitchen potentially or wherever they choose.
Yep, but good thing one way to destroy that Kaid or the electric claw if it's on the hatch and kitchen is just throw a grenade down there. A grenade placed correctly or below the hatch will destroy the Kaid or the electric claw if it's on the kitchen hatch. Not a hardest way to do. Or you can hard breach next to the hatch. If you put a thermite, an extra charge next to the hatch, it will still destroy it.
Yep, and that is a kind of a change there, but really digging the impact sign key Kaid, because again you can do all that and you still have the option to bring C4 if you do so choose, but a lot of teams will.
Yep, so there's a lot of different changes here. There's a lot of ways to still can get in the site even though Thatcher is banned out. Again, Moto Hatch might be impossible knowing that there's no softness or soft walls next to it, so you can't really breach next to it. They would just have to destroy it somehow or just get into Moto another way.
Josh is going to take the capital almost straight into first floor, following the drones. Some decent drone work coming out while also trying to play, and that's going to be Nike and Weedy right into sock hatch open into blue in the first 45 seconds, and now trying to hold that angle. Yeah, and so really notably not changing up the strats this time as they were heavily pushed last time. Axis and Dean both upstairs, but they're going to open that construction hatch and try to play down, but this attacking team just opting, I think, to leave them completely alone and stay mid floor, which might bite him in the butt. Is again, we talk about that obtained sandwich.
Nike takes some heavy damage though. I don't understand. I don't know where from though, but Nike's already down to below 25 HP.
What if it was when they opened the hatch up? I don't know. Maybe not.
Could have been, yeah. The grenade coming up from Kenta though. Looks like he's gonna try it, throw through the hole, and there it is. See, the electric claw destroyed. An easy way to get rid of that.
This is a good trade. Do you have the impact still or need to play? Yosh is all the way down at the bottom of central stairs, trying to drone out and then hold that angle, but right up underneath here, they're trying to maintain. And Riley's going to take some damage in blue from blue stairs.
See, Weenie on the Nomad is shooting down onto blue, trying to get rid of this Kaid of Riley, but unable to do so. And there's one though. There is Package taking out Yosh though.
And that was the capital for those of you that didn't know it. They're at the bottom of the central stairs, so he did die trying to hold that angle. And now Dean is starting to rotate right behind this droning blue roamer, and Dean's going to take out Weedy, which was their Nomad. Lyman's going to trade off back onto Package on site though, so it is a 4 versus 3 with Nye all the way at 10 health.
Yep, and still 40 seconds left. Time is running out as Axis is still in the roam though. I don't know if Lieneman knows that there's one right behind him. But there's plans going down. Nike is in sight and planting the diffuser inside of Church as the deal go down, and Kenta with another one as Axis runs down the stairs. With a great shot onto Lieneman. A second one going for it down Nike, and now it's a 1v2.
And it's almost all but over for Sludge, and yep, that Axis is going to take out Kenta after Kenta takes out Cabby, and they're now.
It was the roam game that really finished it out.
Yep, both runs are full health, and they took a lot of kills coming back down. And, potentially their V3 thought they could take first floor and come down to basement quicker and then just hold the rotates back, and it would work if you got down and then held rotates up. But none of the rotates from basement to upstairs were held at all, and it punished them.
Unfortunately, they lost a man count trying to take downstairs, and the remaining members did not have the necessary awareness or health to hold back the roamers coming back to site. Fortunately, that was their downfall. And now we go to a 4-0 for Obtained Esports.
We are, and it's looking fairly strong. We're going to see a clash play come out here on CCTV Cash. the kite is coming back for the wall, and the clash is going to be brought instead of any information op. So, I mean, clash is an information op to be fair, but that's
For
actually going
sure.
to be 6 pick onto a castle. So we have no base information ops here.
Nope, there's no Echo, there's no Maestro, there's no Valk. There is a Legion. Technically can be considered intel op, but a little bit harder to use as Legion gets his goo mines within the round the longer he stays alive. So his intel can be varied compared to Maestro or Echo. Or Monster.
It's much more difficult to, especially if you have an early call on the defense and the defense can't watch anything if you're not Legion. So Legion's the only one that can make those calls. And if Legion's still alive, it's going to be hard for him to maintain all of it and call it out effectively. But it can also work, and we'll see if they try to hold this garage just heavy as last time, because that was how they won the past round.
Big thing too is that they really don't have any ACOGs too to hold garage, which may prove to be hard for them if they push garage quite heavily. It looks like Kite here is trying to hold from below too as well. They've castled off below and they're trying to hold out this bottom section, at least from the attackers.
Yeah, they've opened up onto that main wall, looks like, on CCTV cache from underneath, and he's going to be trying to play potentially from there, but Yosh is just coming right in, is already in bar, and just trying to make the quick sprint potentially up to try to catch these roamers off guard. But the castle door is going to stop him, so brilliant castle here as he tries to come in and support Nike.
Yosh isn't an Ash like he needed to be here.
And so he's just going to throw his drone through the castle because that's about all he can do. He's going to spot Jaeger.
Nice to take some heavy damage from garage balcony though. Looks like that's Axis, or no, that was the Dean on Legion.
They do have the back garage wall open.
It's surprising Yosh isn't here to go to shoot the smoke bolts or the association bolts at Dean on top of garage balcony.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder what's really going on right now, whether they're just not sharing intel quick enough for this thermite.
Oh, great shot from Kenta though, or onto Kenta from Dean, taking out the thermite. That's your Heartbreacher gone. That's a very heavy blow.
So you saw the Maverick, but the Maverick wasn't very strong last time. Not sure how it's going to go on the main wall this time, but Nomad's going to rush right back into garage door, potentially trying to take that fight with Dean, who is still full health, and the Capital had one job and hasn't done.
No, Capital here doing some random jobs. But Weenie they'll get one. Weenie will get on Dean finally, and that's a refrag. That's two for Weenie as Axis goes down as well. It's a great man equation. That's a great way to get the manpower. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when that's been their strong roamer team right there, and it's going to go down. So these three anchors are going to have to do a little bit more of their share this round to try and hold off these four attackers from V3 as they try to push into obtain.
This is a great start this is a great part mid round start for V3 so far compared to other rounds.
They've got to know somebody's in garage. They do, based off the barbed wire. Surprise Rao isn't pre-firing it yet, but just waiting on that push. Yosh is going to take out Cabby though, and Rao is going to refrag onto Weedy, finally in the top of garage. So now it's
Nike will take out package though on site. Last one's going to be Riley, as it's now turned around for V3 as they've taken on. There's the last one for Lehman though, and again V3 take the first round though.
It is, yeah, and it's a 4-1, so the ability to not set themselves up on a tie coming out of defense is going to be, I think, huge for the morale for V3 there, is at least they've staved off the tie until the side.
Yeah, big thing here is the fact that, yes, it's defense sided right now, but it's also because Thatcher's gone. Thatcher makes it a lot of maps more defense sided because it makes it very more difficult to get into sites.
Yeah, it does. So, you have to kind of be creative, but really, honestly, you almost never see the problem. But we keep bringing the Maverick over and over, and I think we just need to see him used better, more effectively, because that wall can open with that Maverick, and the Thermite can, opt to go off and around to, let's say, construction wall, or if they need to open up an angle from garage on that reinforced wall, etc. But they are bringing the Montaigne this time, so this is going to be a first for V3.
And they're sticking to their guns and staying at CCTV and cash, and the Monty will definitely be key in taking garage. Taking garage is a lot easier if you have Monty pushing garage balcony. And
that's where, especially the smoke here, is going to be all important, as the smoke is going to have to play over his Cabby. Potentially, if it were me, I would put on garage, if that's, or wherever the Montaigne push is coming from, that's where you need to have the Cabby, because the Legions are going to be able to slow him down, but not necessarily eliminate him, and the smokes are going to be the real true stop there for that Montaigne.
big thing too is this time they need to. The really big thing this time is the fact that they were able to keep CCTV wall cache, or CCTV wall was still closed, but they still lost the round. Unfortunately, it just seems to be the good picks from the side of V3. So having those people stay alive longer for the round may be what they need for Obtain Esports to win this round out.
Yeah, and I think the good call came maybe midway through the round, even though we had some lag and taking garage there. And honestly, it was just from great gunplay from Weeby. But it ended up working because they just made the call, I think, to rotate construction, and they took it, and they won their gunfights pushing in. It was all.
They've called out where again Dean is on that balcony again this time. They really need to push him. They need to make it quick this time, as it seems like Obtain is a little more wary this time of the attacking team, and they're not going to fall to gunplay, at least seems.
Yeah, they are slightly more nervous. You can tell that the Montanas were waiting on that garage wall to potentially open up and come from underneath, which is something a little bit odd, but no, he's opting to go right for the garage front door, and is just going to have to flush this Legion out. And it's going to be super important, especially if you tie Montaigne coming. Yosh is going to go down, though, the Capital, and that's going to be a huge help gone for flushing garage. And you got to wonder why the Capital isn't pushing garage every time, and Yosh is just trying to run in. But really, if you tie that Montaigne in with the Capital...
A lot of solo play, unfortunately, for Yosh. But Dean, great shots on a weedy, though. And no, Rally will finish off Yosh. He cannot be saved. And it's a great start for Obtained Esports, in contrast to last round.
It isn't what could have been a super simple garage take. You push the Montaigne up, you bait the roamer with the Capital, and then you just have a gun on him, and that's all she wrote. But they're turning into something extraordinarily different where they're peeking angles they don't need to. And now the Montaigne is trying his best, along with the help of that thermite of Nike, but nothing quite yet. And Maverick pushing underneath, choosing not to go for the wall, as they no longer have any form of soft break potential.
It does seem like Maverick is electing not to try and electrocute himself as opening the wall. And I know it is painful to go for the thing, but if you do it right, you can get the wall open at your cost of your own life, which may be needed actually for some of these takes.
Yep, potentially, and it just seems like kind of a waste of an op. Maybe he likes the gun, and that's what they're going for, really choosing not to utilize the blowtorch for that wall. But either way, it's now a 5v3 in favor of Obtained. They keep hitting the Legion traps, so really well-placed Legion traps.
Great shots from Leadman. Take out Riley, though, and there's your other roamer down, but still a 4v3 with still smoke, having 3 smoke babes. Now 2.
And they started the countdown, so it's just 35 seconds left. You can pretty much bait out the entire round with the toxic gas, but they're going to pull them out a little bit early. Doing a lot of damage on this Montaigne. If they can actually stop this Montaigne, that might save them the round here. 20 seconds left. He has 1 toxic gas, and he is going to use it. So that's going to almost stop the Montaigne until the last.
It is unfortunate, but the Maverick, it seems to not be trying to open that wall into cash, though, and electing to just wait it out outside. But no, there's a great shot from Leadman onto Cabby, though. Nike will get 1 access, and there's a trade coming out from both for 2 for the team so far. EV3, but 6 seconds. They have to go for a plant. Dean will take 1 on Nike. Dean will hit 2 on Leadman. That's 3 for the round so far for him. Dean is on a roll. He's just got to get rid of the Monty planting right now, and he's planting. And there's no time left for him. So there it is. Dean will get 4 for the round. And that's a great round from Team Esports.
And we're going to come into the half at 5-1 with Obtained up. So we're going to flip over. If you're not super familiar with competitive play, you play 6 rounds and then you switch sides. So if you start on attack, you move to defense. Start on defense, you move to attack. So V3 will now be on defense, and Obtained will now be on attack. And we're going to start off in gym bedroom. So choosing the tertiary site of Obtained to play as the primary for V3.
Looks like they're trying to throw a curveball here at Obtained Esports and see if they can catch it. See if they can hit it back at them. They're bringing the Maverick first of all this time, so it looks like they're actually bringing all three Heart Breachers on the side of Obtained Esports, and also bringing
the
IQ.
IQ.
Yep,
with a good 6 pick. The Valkyrie is in there as well as the Echo and a Bandit. You're gonna almost be guaranteed some kind of gadget payoff here for IQ. Even with the Echo switching to Legion, you still have the Valkyrie cams. Like brilliant 6 pick.
Brilliant 6 pick from the side of Obtained, and bringing out 3 Heart Breachers along with the Capital too, and also the IQ. It's a great lineup for this kind of attack. They are also bandit tricking too, so if they can get those castles down very quickly, the Capital will prove to be a fatal blow for the Bandit.
We'll see if this Capital can't use the utility a little bit more effectively than Yosh, potentially. Just really looking compared to, like, Yosh had decent gunplay, but we're really looking more at the utility usage at this kind of competitive level. And if they can coordinate the utility usage, massing the effects and the fires at least on certain areas, then they'll be able to pull off a little bit
Yeah,
better
that's
of
one
an
thing
attack
too.
here.
We didn't see a lot of situation bolt or smoke bolt usage that was actually helpful for the side of V3, unfortunately.
They are going to choose to use that castle on Gem Door, I kind of mentioned earlier. Opting for a little bit different set, though, on Gem Wall. A little bit less of an open one than the previous team, with a
Yeah,
heavy
actually, they're
roam
electing not to
presence.
hold
And
cash either. They're electing more to hold construction rather than cash for this one, as they reinforce the construction wall, and also we're going to castle the door as well.
yeah, and with Kenta and the Bandit, so the Bandit's just going to go ahead and place his band charge down and go down to first floor, and just kind of hang out. That's Lehman.
Did he even put the band charges on the wall even? He didn't actually.
So I guess choosing to go for the gunplay and not using the utility set's going to be free.
Wait, where did he
health
put
for
his
Axis.
bandits at then? He has
Did
two
he
left.
put
Oh,
him
but there's
at-
one for Kenta though. Kenta, a great start.
Good start. You can check him if you pull on the bandit. You can check him and how many things
He is too. Yeah, he is too.
Oh yeah, wow.
I don't know where he put them, but he put him actually. He might put him bathroom actually. He put he put him in the walls coming from logistics. Interesting.
We had two more, but either way, they're just gonna Habana it open because there's nothing to deny the Habana. And just like that, the tub ball is open. Minute 46 into the round.
They lost their capital too, so it looks like Obtained Esports also aren't going to get anything out of their capital.
No, so yeah, very quick utility loss, but at least they do have the wall open, so no pressure there.
And they have the wall open, but yeah, they really can't do much with that as the bathroom wall is partially open, so they're able to watch from bathroom on that jacuzzi balcony.
The only thing that
C4 comes out and sticks to the wall, sticks to the ceiling.
the only thing that V3 or excuse me, Obtained needs to remember though is that they absolutely cannot just start getting aggressive and over peaking because that's actually going to cost them, especially if they're just trying to hold angles and bait out for a minute. But Axis choosing to rotate all the way around and coming into CCTV and cash and trying to push out this hold from.
Looks like Lehman might have heard the noise of it, but the castle is going to be fighting out and lose it out to Axis though, as Weedier loses that fight and Axis now has control of cash. But no, Lehman taking out Cabby, and that's the diffuser.
This diffuser down, but you've got to know Axis knows he's just on the other side of the wall and he's going to be waiting, but potentially not really. Lehman knows that he has diffuser. Riley taking out Nike in construction. And is not going to get the double kill though as Yosh refrags onto Riley with a run out.
But no, walks through the window. Axis is right there, just waiting for him.
Yeah, instant bait out. And they just need to get this bandit off the diffuser. They can't solo peek this though.
He can't see him, and Axis runs out the corner and blasts out Lehman, and now triple kill for the Axis so far. As a turnaround from Axis.
Play by Axis.
Great flicks from Axis to destroy Last Man. That'll be another win for Obtained Esports. AT Esports now has the 6 rounds they needed for at least 1 point.
And we're going into match point, so all they have to do is win one of the next 5 rounds in order to take home 3 points today. And we're going to do it on CCTV. Cash is going to be the side. We're going to see out the Mozzie and the Vigil actually for the first time this game. So a couple new operators here, maybe some drone denial, a little bit of roam presence there from Yosh. And
Interesting to see, but yeah, it looks like Obtained Esports looks like they're going to take this home at this point. 6-1. They need 5 rounds to catch up. That is not impossible. We've seen it in Pro League. We've seen it in other games in other leagues, but it is definitely improbable. As you've seen, they did win. Yeah, they have to go back to a tertiary site later on anyway, too, so.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard, especially, when you're already at a tie. It's going to be pretty demotivating to know you have to just work your way back to 1 point here.
It's unfortunate, very much unfortunate. They only need 1 round now, and the fact that the side of V3 cannot get anything but 1 point out of this. Very demotivating for them to know that they can't get 3 points out of it. And the big thing too is if they go back to bedroom and church, and they have to if they keep winning their sites like they want to, they have to go back church and bedroom. They'll need to change up their defense. And they'll need to be able to get revenge for losing that first round.
Yeah, at least and figure out what makes the difference. You assume that somebody's going to go gym bedroom. They have a pretty solid plan on it, and they do here. But we're going to see the switch off. Again, now is this V3 team here trying to make this attack against Obtain.
They had the band this time, so they're able to at least band the wall, but they have the Maverick to deal with that though. So we'll see if they're able to keep this wall closed. And the big thing too is how do they can keep Garage too. Good, Garage is a very big one. It'll be the Jaeger of Kenta. So 30 seconds go by. A lot of joining happens, but not a lot of action from Obtain Esports. It was a little slow on the uptake here. But they have the buck this time though.
Yep, trying to get it up underneath, trying to play on to that A site from stock, but Riley trying to watch for that flank potentially from one of these roamers, but nothing coming out yet. Kenta proceeding down to the first floor though in Garage, whether holding an angle or trying to make this push to get this buck off the wall. He sees the foot of the thermite, gonna just miss the shot. Lehman is right there through the drone hole, but Mozzie holding an angle, just kind of hanging tight with the drone.
Esports pushing slow at this point. They have the buck below, but the buck seems scared to really open the floor up.
Yeah, potentially waiting on maybe some of his teammates to cover his flanks while he gets a little bit more work done, but that is going to be the main wall open. So Cabby's going to go ahead and open the main wall, but Lehman's going to get an kill on Dino, and that's the cap towel gone within the first minute and a half on both rounds. Lehman almost dropping to no health from construction, but still alive.
I think it was from the buck actually from below at that point. Great shots from the buck, and he's getting some more shots, but no, Kenta will take out package actually, and another great frag for the side of V3.
So it's now very quickly a 5v3 in favor of V3.
But no, Riley we finally get the trade onto Kenta though, or refrag, and he sits a 4v3 with 55 seconds left. They still have time to go for a site execute.
Riley's gonna have to be very, very aware of this Valkyrie of Nike just waiting underneath though. But that is gonna be Yosh using the Boss G onto Cabby.
He's been playing this play. He's been playing the playlist.
Yeah, getting his shotgun play. Surprisingly not using iron sights. Gonna miss his shots though on the CC window, and Yosh gonna go down. But not sure if they know it or not. Weedy has a potential for a pickup here on Yosh.
Riley with another one though, taking out Yosh. He'll get that down kill, and they are inside CCTV now.
And all they have to do, but he chooses not to plant here. The C4 is going to go off, but he can't quite plant at default though to the open.
He's also being droned. He's being droned by Weedy too.
He's going to go for the plant, but his teammate's not covering him really at all. Axis is though, but the C4 is going to come out from Weedy onto Riley. It's now a 1. He's going to plant though, and they're just going to rotate
nope,
around.
He can't get it out.
He's going to fall.
V3 second round comes out.
Yeah, so decent defense here. They're mounting the comeback at least a little bit. 6-2. I presume we're gonna rotate basement unless they really surprise me.
Go back to the gym bedroom. Yeah, that'd be surprising if they did that. But again, a great hold from V3 Esports, and Obtain Esports just could not hold enough cards to take that site. They were able to open the wall, but it really was about it. That's all they really could do, unfortunately.
And we are gonna go downstairs.
Yep,
choosing to keep that Vigil and Mozzie from Weedy and Lehman, so potential for a little bit more roam play here. They are choosing to get the Bandit, potentially for either Tunnel or Church Wall, whichever one they choose. You can't get both, 'cause that's 5 total reinforcements. And Smoke stand play, but Lehman can switch off to the Pulse. Very important for that Pulse corner right underneath Central Stairs for a lot of
big things too. Bringing the Mute Mozzie combo. If you haven't understand that, hey, this has been a big combo right now in Pro League. Having those Mute Jammers plus the Pests deny a lot of information to the offense. So if they're able to bring those mutes upstairs with the Mozzie, it would prove to be quite the hindrance to attackers.
Yeah, and we're going to see very little change from this attacking team of Obtained.
Surprising they did not bring the IQ to deal with this pulse either. They didn't bring IQ at all, seeing as they didn't really bring a echo. They did the Valkyrie though last round, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know what would, especially with so many information ops being left, either open or, typically you at least see at least one played here. But I mean, Pulse is an information op, but in the very pure sense of the form. If he dies, so is his gadgets. And you have the Mozzie drones, but how often do you have somebody that can dedicate to like roam that drone around? Potentially you can get one self, which Cabby already does have one, so they might get that in a decent spot, but we'll find out.
Very true. But either way, yeah, they have the buck this time. They'll be opening up the floor and kitchen, and we'll see if the Pulse of Lieneman can deal with that. Also, if we're mispronouncing any of these names, my apologies.
Yeah, trying to. I noticed it was not Nike. It was Nike. They said in chat. So trying to correct that one. But yeah, if there are more, let us.
Yeah, I have no clue any of these names pronounced. If you guys want to tell us how they're pronounced in the chat, please tell us, because I have no clue any of these pronounced. We're just going off the top of our heads. And as we start out, the drones are coming out, and it looks like Weedy actually isn't going to roam much. He'll be on point in blue. One person roaming is going to be Kenta of the Bandit.
Yeah, so all four downstairs, silently spread out. So potentially kind of dangerous, but they are going to let them take the third floor, opting to not do the obtaining strategy of just trying to hold upstairs a little bit, then rotating down late. They're just going and turtling down and just taking their chances on gunfights, which, to be fair, they have been winning quite a lot of. Not all of, but quite a lot of.
A great overhanging, a great overhanging position from Dean here.
And Dean gonna use the fireball. I think that's the first firebolt we've seen come out. A fixating bolt, excuse me, come out from a Captown in several rounds. But
taking the first kill already onto package. And a C4 comes out from the side of Lehman, though. That'll be taking out your access of your Maverick as well. And that's a great start for V3.
Kenta again onto Cabby with a headshot. It's very quickly a 5v2 despite the turtle. They've gotten the kills they need to with a lot of the information. Now they're starting to rotate up and get just a little bit aggressive, and it's looking pretty dire here for Dean and Riley.
Yep, it's 2v5 all of a sudden with 2 minutes down. 1 minute to go, but Yoshi's going to walk upstairs. Maybe go for another kill, but no, he'll fall into the clutches of Riley.
Trying to hold the angles here. They're going to have to cover each other while also trying to move downstairs in a very effective double team. But if you notice, Lyman's already rotated into tunnel and is just holding the angle for potentially the late push up. They might try to get some soft destruction here, but they don't have much time with only 40 seconds left.
At this point, Dean seems to be going down dirt tunnel, which is a good call as Pulse is in there, and Pulse seems to be facing the other way, but Munvi hears Dean walking down this way. Does not hear Dean. Dean does not hear him. I mean, Lehman doesn't hear him. My bad.
Dean's gonna take out Lehman with a headshot from right behind, and now good positioning for Dean if they can actuate.
But no, not a lot of time though. They're gonna run through the smokes and go for a plant, and it's looking bad. With smoke stoving, smoke canisters available too.
Oh, the shots are gonna be missed, and the defuse is gonna go down here.
Dean will get one here.
Kenta.
Nike will finally take out Riley with that shotgun, or Nike. My bad. I don't know which one it was exactly, but Weedy walk around the corner, try to get killed too. Oh, but Dean will take out Nike as well, and that's a 1v1.
He's got to play this. He has this ability.
But no,
push up and gonna get it. Dean onto Weedy
with a 4K.
To end it, that that honestly right there could potentially be one of the top clips of the week if you even see the rotate on the secondary to finish off and win the match. And that's Obtained Esports 7-2, ladies and gentlemen.
The unfortunate potatoes from some of the members of V3 Esports will put them in the grave, and they will lose this game out. Obtained Esports will get 3 points for this game, and that great game, everybody. So again, I'm your caster, Benny. This is my co-caster.
I'm Mr. Midas.
And we've been glad to cast this game for you guys. It's a great, kind of one-sided game, unfortunately. But we'll see you guys next time. Where everybody has a great evening.